Why is it that Britain, once a big gold holder itself, lent money on that basis all over the world in Gordon Brown's premiership? What was it that led him to think it was a great idea to sell half of Britain's gold for what was seen as the worst pricing he could have gotten? Why would the West get rid of gold whilst everyone else is building it up?
Well, it was a stupid decision, but at the time, like, the easiest explanation is that they thought the gold price was going. It had been going down for 20 years, and they thought it was going lower. And they also thought that Switzerland had just recently come off the gold standard, and they thought that Switzerland was about to sell its gold, and it wanted to front run Switzerland, sell its gold before Switzerland did. Now, Switzerland never sold its gold, even though it came off the gold standard in 1999. It never sold its gold. And then the other explanation is he wanted to diversify and all that. And so those are the given explanations. The conspiracy is that Goldman Sachs and other banks were in trouble, and he was bailing them out. And the other conspiracy is that they were trying to prop up the euro ahead of Britain's entry into the single currency. Might have been a bit of everything. But anyway, it was a terrible decision. And there was no need to sell the gold. And so why on earth would he do that? And he sold 2/3 of our gold right at the bottom of the market. And, if he kept it, it was about £150 an ounce he sold it for. And now the gold price is coming up to £3,000 an ounce. So, and it's not the rising gold price, it's the declining price of fiat. So it's a stupid decision, but it was a decision he made. And but Britain has a long history of not actually even so. For example, at the beginning of the First World War, we had Australia and South Africa, and so they were the biggest mining, especially South Africa. You know, that Witwatersrand produced 40% of all the gold that's ever been mined. It's just an extraordinary deposit, and we had it, we owned it, and so it basically funded the empire. And, that's the beauty of, you look at the Roman Empire, when it controlled all the mines. So it literally mined the money, and then with its money, it paid its armies and so on. So it's kind of how you funded it. It's how you created money, mining. And we owned all the mines. We owned the biggest supply of money in the world. And people never seem to realize the impact of the Witwatersrand on the British Empire, but it was extraordinary. And so, but it made us very lax. So even at the beginning of the First World War, our gold supplies were really low in the Bank of England, and we just had to basically sequester all the gold from South Africa and Australia to replenish our gold supplies. And so we have a long history of laxness in the Bank of England, and probably born out of the fact that London's always been the gold capital of the world, and all the gold flows through London. So we always knew it would be quite easy to get it back if we needed it. So that tradition of short-termism goes back a long way. A long-term tradition of short-termism.